Hello friends, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded and I'm extremely sorry about that, so I'm going to do a video today. This is a topic suggestion actually. I've had a couple of topic suggestions that I paid attention to and then didn't cover because I'm revising for exams at the moment. Well, mock exams, but I mean they're part of GCSEs and stuff, so it's quite stressful. I am going to cover the ones that have been suggested, I promise. But today I'm going to cover a topic suggested by the lovely scalemate of the gallows.tumblr.com. I don't know why I felt the need to do that in a voice, but there we go. Okay, he is wondering. So, I saw on the ARS Tumblr that you were looking for topics, and I have one. I have noticed recently that many people I know have been making stereotypes, or using really offensive terms in regular speech, and it makes me feel depressed and angry. And I think that it could be a possible video day to cover stereotypes, offensive LGBT jokes and names, and how to deal with them when talking to friends, family, or people you don't know that well. Okay, well, off the bat, I'd like to say, if you know any cisheads who are using the F slur, or the T slur, or the D slur, or basically any LGBTQIA related slur, you can punch them in the face, because they have no right to use that word at all. If they're saying that word, because it's kind of contested whether it's okay for LGBT people to use that word, like, in a public forum, because some people are uncomfortable with it, obviously, because it can be linked back to a lot of oppressive and discriminatory behaviour that they've had to deal with. So, but definitely, if there's someone who's cisgender and heterosexual who is using slurs full stop, you are perfectly entitled to tell them that that is not their right to do so, and that they need to stop using that word, because it doesn't matter what context they're using it in, even if they're saying, oh my god, I love the faggots so much. It's not okay. It's the idea that they can reclaim a slur that they've never had any history of oppression linked to at all is quite frankly preposterous. But the thing is, when it comes to friends and family members, it can be a bit difficult, because obviously you want to make it very clear to them that's not okay, but at the same time you don't want to risk damaging your friendship with them. Personally, I've never had that problem because the people I surround myself with aren't likely to use those words, but I know that a lot of people are friends with people who are, and that isn't their fault, because a lot of places can be very intolerant, and you kind of have to put up with your friends' intolerance if you actually want to have friends, because they can be alright in other areas. But I mean, I think. And also then there's the thing about doing it without outing yourself, because obviously you don't want to say, don't use that word, it makes me uncomfortable, because then everyone's going to be like, why? Why does it make you uncomfortable? Are you homosexual? Tell me now! I'm sorry, but that's basically what they do. Yeah, so you don't want that to happen, obviously, because it can make you very uncomfortable. I kind of feel anything I do in the video now is just going to pale in comparison to that. Wonderful. Don't come in, I'm making a video! I'm not going to edit that out because I have no editing skills. So yeah, it's basically important to be clear with them, to say, it's not okay that you're doing that. And just, I mean, it's difficult to make sure they don't do it again, but you need to set out the reasoning and say that's not okay to do that, that's a word linked to oppression that you don't have the right to reclaim. I had to deal with this a few weeks ago at a debating competition. One of my teammates was using the word gay as an insult, and he was talking about the homosexuals, and I was like, it's not a good idea to use that word as an insult, it's not a slur, but using it as an insult is adding to the discrimination and prejudice that's suffocating that word already, and he still didn't get it. There are some people whose minds you can't change, and that is sad. So if you're around these people, don't bother wasting your breath. Just give them evils and plot their murder. But yeah, I think the key thing is actually, if you hear someone younger than you using that word, you really need to tell them to stop, because, I mean, I think it's very important that, because basically the older generation are fucked, because they won't listen to no fucking buddy. They're set in their ways, but the younger generations still have a chance to not be completely fucked up. So I would say your best chance is to just focus your energy on, I'm not going to say focus your energy on younger people, because that sounds really bad, but like, yeah, there are some people whose minds you can't change, and just going on and on about it is just going to make you upset, it's going to make them upset. And I mean, like, I know it sucks because I'm one of those people who believes that every single time someone does something like that, I should call them out on it. But the reality that everyone in the LGBT community has to face, really, is that there are a lot of people whose minds just are not going to be changed, and they're going to die a bigot. And I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm apologising for that, it's not my fault, but it's just the way things are. So, I would say, bottom line is, cishet people using slurs, not okay. If you think there's a reasonable chance their mind might be changed, go for it. Scream 7 shades of shit out of them, my son. And if you think that they're just an old bigot who's just gonna die thinking that all gays are gonna go to hell, well, they're gonna have a nice surprise waiting for them, aren't they? But it's just, there are some people, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth upsetting yourself over, and I think that's the bottom line here, that there are battles that we collectively have to fight, and there are battles that we need to let go, and this is not a battle that we have to fight, because, yeah, they're in Parliament now, but in 10 years' time, when it's time for us to step up and change it, we're going to need a younger generation supporting us. So it's much more important to turn your attention to the younger generation using these insults, I think. I'm sorry, I went a bit off topic there, but I hope that sort of answered your question / video idea. I do have a couple of video ideas, like, queued up already, but if you'd like to add more, that would be very kind of you. I'm going to go now, because I've got to go and have some tea. Very British of me. So I'll talk to you at some point in the future. Have a good, I'm not going to say week, I might not upload in a week, but have a good period of time until I see you again, I think is the best way to put this. So yeah, I love you all. Goodbye.